crew out there filming. 58 Live is the best in the business. Check out our live cast. You could be a witness. Whether swing of the batter or strike out at home plate, no missing the action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, middle school championship, Clayton County High School, Clayton County Middle School. About to kick in. Eddie White Wolves taking on North Clayton Tigers live from Morrow High School. CCPS 4 in the house. Glad to have everybody with us. I'm Bo McMichael with Alex Schaefer, bringing you a little football action on a Tuesday. North Clayton versus Eddie White coming up next. Clayton County Middle School Championship 2022.
Best crew out there filming.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and rugged the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Live is the place to be for quality broadcast for you to see. They deliver prime coverage like Amazon. No matter what day of the week you see them on, you don't need to double check. The truth is clearer than air. Treat it like a viral video and share. There's no comparison, no equal to mention. You can see for yourself, let it have your attention. From the beginning you'll see what you would have hated to miss, and the recapable moments, so keep dropping the hits. Turn up the volume, grab your favorite seat, so sit back right now and enjoy what's on screen. 58 Live in the building, best crew out there filming. 58 Live in the building, best crew out there filming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to championship football. Glad to have everybody with us. Alex Schaefer and Bo McMichael on the call here this evening here on Tuesday, November 1st. We got the North Clayton Tigers versus the Eddie White Wolves. Alex, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I can't believe it's November already, but
buddy.
here we go.
It is, whether we like it or not, man. It's one of those ones you just kind of get ready for it. Once that Halloween kicks in, you're like, all right, man, so we're good to go here. We got some little multiple camera actions tonight here live from Morrow High School at the new Morrow Stadium called the CCPS 4. Glad to have you with us, Alex.
Keep the chains moving offensively, stay ahead of the sticks defensively, and just let your guys go out there and think as little as possible and just react and play.
Definitely understand that one here. And when we get to the old Eddie White concept of things, you know, you get to it where you say, okay, hey, where can that piece be and where their keys to the games would be located. Your thoughts from a special teams perspective and also just overall offense-wise.
Well, special teams is always interesting when you're dealing with middle school football because there's no guarantee when you go into a game like this what you're going to get as far as special teams goes. You know you're not going to get your traditional special team situations, deep kickoffs, touchbacks. Often field goal units aren't even going to be consideration for most middle school teams. So it'll be interesting to see what the plan is for special teams as this game goes along. And then offensively, like I was saying before, it's all about keeping things simple so that you can execute those little things every single time and get a little bit of consistency going.
Hey, you know what's the nicest thing about it, Alex, man? We just started this game off, and we had some nice little hiccups there for a second, and you didn't even notice. I didn't say anything bad. You stay focused. For a person that loves the color orange, what do you think about North Clayton Tigers uniforms, man?
They're
orange, man.
They are orange. That is what they are.
They are orange, man.
They're
Eddie
very
White
bright.
and white, North Clayton in orange. We got the captains facing us for Eddie White and the backs of North Clayton towards it. I'll let you call out the numbers. We'll get started here for the game in general. Glad to have everybody with us here live from Morrow High School, the new Morrow High School, located in off of Panola Road. A lot of fun. We'll have some overall views, be able to see a little bit of action here, what the new stadium has. This is really about the third to fourth game that has existed here at this stadium. It's a beautiful environment. Had an opportunity to go there last week to see the stadium, but also the school itself and the whole athletic complex. A lot of fun here in Clayton County. That there is their fourth stadium being added. I can tell you this there, Alex. I was a part of the world where there was just one stadium. Terra Stadium was the only one. Coin tossed up. And now we're talking 4 stadiums involved. Absolutely bananas. B-A-N-N-S. Bananas.
I don't think that's how you spell bananas, but you gave it a try.
I appreciate you saying that, man. My name's Bo, B-O. I don't really have much of an opportunity to know how spelling works.
So Eddie White is going to defer, and North Clayton is going to get the ball first to start things off here. Captains for North Clayton were number 1, Ricky Washington, number 2, Justin Murphy, number 4, Amir White, and number 5, Dion McKinley. Captains over there for Eddie White were number 1, Cameron Butler, number 7, Aiden Sims, number 11, Jacob Beasley, and I believe that was number 15, Caleb Grant. Didn't quite catch that last number there. But we're going to start things off with some fireworks here on the kickoff right away. Going to get some action going. Those bright orange jerseys, like we talked about.
Hard to see the numbers a little bit.
Sometimes, but it's definitely not hard to see the players. They stand out for sure.
They do. They'll get that part taken care of. We got great filmers here. Maya producing, Jennifer on the scene taking pictures. We've got Robert Reed up top in the main camera, and then we have Cedric Pugh and Theodore Roosevelt, a.k.a. Robinson, sitting on side angles, giving us a little look on across the board. A lot of fun here at Morrow High School. Alex, we'll let you take it away. I'm going to have a little fun just making comments on everything that you say or don't say correctly. And we'll have a little fun here on a Tuesday afternoon in November 1st. You know, this is really football season.
It really is.
You know, we're getting close to the end of baseball season. World Series is wrapping up. But really, when you think about November, you think about how close you are to enjoying for 2 straight months of football. And away we go. 2022 Clayton County Championship underway. North Clayton versus Eddie White.
And a good kick gets it down to the 20. A good return gets it out to the 40. Nice little return there for North Clayton. I believe that's number 7 there on the return. Isaiah Hines for North Clayton. Comes up hobbled a little bit there, so hopefully he's going to be okay, be able to shake that one out. But a nice little 20-yard return sets up North Clayton with pretty good field position right away at the 40-yard line going out. And so we're going to get our first look at the North Clayton offense to start things off here. Eddie White with a power forward over there at defensive end, number 99. That is Justin Dulcio, who is just towering over everyone else on the field.
And if you're a high school coach, you're just smiling at this point, knowing that he's about to be a 9th grader for you.
And so we got a shotgun formation for the North Clayton Tigers here. They're going to come out with 2 receivers to the bottom. Got a tight end receiver set to the top, back to the left of the quarterback, and we're going to get a whistle right away. False start on the offense, and right away North Clayton is behind the chains to start things off. It's going to be 1st and 15 now for the Tigers. And those unforced errors, we talk about it all the time, Bo.
It's one of the hardest things when you don't want to have any type of starting in the negatives. You know, when you start 1st and 15, you're already in that hole that you're trying. I mean, 1st and 10's in a hole, for goodness sakes. You know, I mean, unless you're 1st and 5, don't talk to me, you know, to be able to begin with.
Shotgun set, snap, handoff going to the right. Picks his way through the defense a little bit for a short little gain. It's about 3 on the run for number 4, Amir White, before he's taken down by a host of Wolves. And so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 now. What do you think of that blue track, though?
It's very interesting. The whole thing is really landscaped in blue. The irony is that Morrow's a green-based school. So, but everything with the blue track, even on the artificial turf of the baseball field, all that has a blue tone to it as well. It's very interesting across it. It gives a freshness look to it. You always worry about it because then, you know, at least when it's a black track, if things start wearing on it, it's not that bad. But once that blue starts wearing, you're going to see it very quickly.
Yep.
So,
shotgun set, tight end to the left. Couple of hard counts there. Throwing on the slant and incomplete, trying to get it out there to the solo receiver, Ricky Washington.
You're going to see this replay right here. We feel like we got Gator arms right now, but I will say this. I'm very impressed with the offense of North Clayton, not only being able to center snap and feel very comfortable with the shotgun. It's such a different world on that part of being able to do that. Granted, he threw into coverage where no receiver really wants to catch that type of ball. And they shouldn't. I mean, that don't lead them into that. In that situation.
And the incompletion will bring up 3rd and 12 now. So long distance, Eddie White looking like they're going to just pin their ears back and come after this one.
Why wouldn't you? Oh, and they're going to get 5 on that.
We're going to get the encroachment now. So get those 5 yards back from the original false start, and it's going to make it a 3rd and 7 now.
One of the hardest things in the world there, Alex, is, you know, you being a defensive-minded coach as well, is when your defensive line jumps off and they're right in front of the football. It's just that they're not looking – they're so focused on what they're wanting to try to do instead of knowing what their rules are. Well, and I've jumped offside, so I'm not going to sit there and say yay or nay on that part.
Well, it's we said it with the false start. It's an unforced error. And that's the thing that'll drive the coach crazy the most is unforced errors, where all it takes is just a little bit of focus and you know, you can take care of those things. But shotgun set, snap back to the quarterback, rolls to his right, and incomplete, trying to get it out there to number 3, Kamari Hill. But Justin Murphy unable to complete the pass there. Well covered by number 2 for Eddie White. That is Mark Manigault. and the incompletion is going to make it 4th down. And so after starting off with good field position, the North Clayton Tigers are now going to have to punt this one away as it's 4th and 7.
We're going to see how their punting game goes right now because to me, it's one of those things. Have you ever had an opportunity to work with middle school?
Not middle school, but
Okay.
a lot of JV.
Okay, a lot of JV. You always kind of, even with, middle school and JV sometimes, but you look at it, what can they get accomplished here in special teams to be successful?
Yep.
And that's really what the important part is. And that's scary all by itself because that wasn't 10 yards back. Good roll right there. Lucky roll for him. 17 yards right there, number 12.
Now, I'd probably be on the sideline screaming about the illegal formation, but, it's
Listen to you. But, it gets a little nerve-wracking when, it's the idea, can you find a punter? Or can you find a snapper? They can go
sure.
15 yards back, let alone 12 in that situation. I do appreciate that both teams have decals on their helmets. That's one of the things that sometimes is missed in middle school. They just give a solid color helmet, and that's what they're going to leave with it. You got North Clayton with the NC and the tiger in the middle, and you got Eddie White with their Wolf logo.
I like that Eddie White logo. The three
Eddie
wolves
White has been in existence since 2010. They first started as an academy and now has morphed into a middle school.
And they are in a Devils formation here, 2-by-2. And before the snap, we got a whistle. And North Clayton will take the first time out of the game here.
Hey, and with that right now, we get a little conversational piece. Who do you have right here? Talk to me a little bit about where you're with the Phillies and the Astros. Last night's game was rain delayed.
Yep.
So it got pushed a little bit to tonight. So we got a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday matchups. Everything's 8 o'clock first pitch-wise. I'm a Braves fan, so I have no leniency on either one of these teams in my world right now. But talk to me a little bit about what you think from a baseball perspective.
Well, Phillies came back in game one, and
Right.
when that something
it's
like
a
that,
1-1 matchup. It feels like this series has gone on forever,
Right.
and it's only game 3.
Well, when you have something like that, when you get a comeback like that in game one, it makes you feel like maybe this is kind of this is their year. But then Houston took care of business in game 2
and beyond.
And so
it's really coming into this one right here.
It really just feels like it's an even matchup and could go either way. Like they're both teams are where they want to be. They've got kind of they're firing on all cylinders on both sides.
I'll
as
be
that
curious
run
to
goes
see.
for, 1 yard.
Number 61 said he's not going to have anything to do with it. If I'm Cat Burnett out of North Clayton Eagles, I'm finding number 61 and I'm getting him in the weight room even more and getting him on that part. Eddie White, realistically, the filter school is Lovejoy High School in this situation. So Coach Carson gets an opportunity to watch that. I always think it's interesting when you get certain feeder schools because North Clayton Middle School could be a little bit of Riverdale.
Yep.
And could be a little bit of North Clayton in that manner.
Quick screen out to the trips.
Oh, that's a live ball.
Can't hold.
That's a live ball.
Oh, can't pull it in,
That
but
is such a live ball.
so Eddie White getting away with one there a little bit.
That's such a live ball. I would, Mr. Ref, come on, and Mr. and Mrs. Ref. We do have a young lady out there. I don't want to sit there and say Mr. Ref on that manner, but goodness gracious.
But after the incompletion, it'll be 3rd down and 10 for Eddie White. So 10 yards to gain. Otherwise, we've got ourselves
A defensive
back-to-back
battle?
3 and outs to start these things off. Trips once again for the Wolves. Shotgun snap. Looking to the trip side, taking a deep shot. Nearly intercepted, but also nearly caught. Concentration attempt there, but unable to bring it in was the receiver there, Cameron Butler. And we've got back-to-back 3 and outs.
We're going to see how they punt from an Eddie White perspective. To say they're going to open up a 2-3 and 3 and 3 and outs is very interesting to say the least. As overall wise, I do enjoy the month of when you talk about the month of October and November and the amount of sports that are going on. And I'm not a hockey person, okay? So you'll never hear me say, hey, let's talk about the top 10 hockey matchups of the week. It's just not going to happen. But, hockey's going on, and every sport is moving, which is so nice to see. There seemed to be a good 15 yards back this time on the punt, at least 13. Oh, they did a fake,
Here
ladies
comes
and
the fake.
gentlemen. Right around the corner they go. Can they have enough? No, not at all.
Oh.
That is a risky call.
Bold move there, Cotton. And it doesn't end up paying off for them as they're unable to get back about to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
Alex,
but
that's
it's not gonna be
a hard
enough.
call, buddy. Have you
And,
ever called
wow.
you being a special team guru, have you ever called a fake punt?
I have.
A sweep fake punt or up the middle fake punt?
A fake punt pass.
Okay, all right. It's a pop pass.
No, we had a kid who was a punter who was
Oh, so we
a
snapped
heck
all
of
the
an
way out to
athlete.
the punter.
Oh yeah, and
Okay,
he
all
rolled
right.
out and he was throwing it. We had I pulled it actually from I saw it on a huddle replay once, and I
Listen to
I
you.
contacted the coach. It was a guy up in Illinois. They did it, and I contacted him.
I
said,
definitely
"Can-
believe you
can
do that.
Can
That's
you draw
awesome.
this up for me? I'm thinking about putting it in our game plan for
Did
this
it
week.
work?
I think we can make it work. It didn't work the way that we wanted to, but we ended up. He was able to just punt it away and get it away anyway.
He chose not to kick it.
Right.
pass it, sorry.
Right. It was a backside screen pass, and it didn't. They played it well, but we had a really good punter, and he was able to see that it got played, and then he had the time because they played it instead of rushing, so
Right.
he just punted it away.
Second down and no gain on the play of first down right now. I mean, you almost want to see what North Clayton can cash in right now based on getting a nice field position.
Right.
Because
they're
if
on-
anything, you wonder if they get stopped here on a 3 and out, are they going to go for it, or are they going to try to punt them deep? And I'm thinking you got to punt them deep.
Well, and again, it comes back to what kind of punting unit do you
And that's
do
a
you
rough
have.
punting unit right now for
Yep.
North Clayton. I mean, they barely got that ball away to begin with.
Yep, split back shotgun here with a tight end on the left. Handoff up the middle, got some room to run.
Definitely some room.
Nice
to run.
cutback. Here he goes. He's into the 10-5 and in for the score. That is Amir White, the first score of the game for the North Clayton Tigers. Just a beautiful cut up the middle, made one man miss, and then was to the house. What an impressive run here. Great blocking up front.
Great
little bit of a
vision, too.
jump cut.
Yep.
And then a nice little just chip block there from the receiver on the outside. That's Isaiah Hines, number 7, the receiver who got the block there to seal it. And there was no one catching White once he got out in the open.
Well,
We're going to see North Clayton go for 2 here now. And like we said, it's never a guarantee at the middle school level that you're going to have any kind of field goal units to speak of. Most of the time you're seeing teams going for 2. And so we'll see what they can do here. But a big run there for the North Clayton Tigers, and right away stuffed. And that's 64 for Eddie White, who comes through and stops the 2-point conversion. Jason Williams getting in there immediately, just completely untouched.
I'm a little befuddled. That's awesome in the sense of, but okay. Ideas, thoughts compared to going for it on 4th down. Is that on that touchdown right there? Is that the reason why, or do you think it was just breakdown on blocking or on tackling?
Well, it was really well blocked.
It really was.
I don't know that there was really anything tackling wise that wasn't done properly. It was just well designed, well blocked, well executed. And like I said at the start, one of the keys to the game for both of these teams is it's nothing special, it's nothing fancy, just a nice little easy gut power play. And they got it blocked right, they got it executed, and you see the results. When you execute at this level, there's heavy run defense played. And so once you break that first level, it's effectively a foot race if you can get a little bit of blocking on the perimeter, which they did.
Any type of speed's going to be able to take you over to that next edge. Good
Kickoff
deep
here.
kick.
Nice kick there for North Clayton. Fielded at about the 15. And a huge hit. And North Clayton's got some momentum right now. Jordan Datcher laying the
goodness.
wood. Great kickoff coverage here for the North Clayton Tigers. Oof.
Number 7's got to lower his
And
shoulders a little bit on that
Aiden
part.
Sims is going to be feeling that one tomorrow
Yes, he
for
bounced.
sure.
He bounced off the turf, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious.
So everything's coming up North Clayton right now after the stop on the fake punt attempt from Eddie White. The
Tigers
score,
versus the Wolves.
the score there for North Clayton, and now a great kickoff coverage play is going to set up Eddie White really backed up. They're at about the 25-yard line, and they got a long field to go, 75 yards to score here. Quarterback for Eddie White is number 5, Jordan Boger. Taking a deep shot, southpaw out there, and that's incomplete. Well covered. Safety coming over the top. That is Ricky Washington. Intended receiver was Aiden Sims. Able to get it to him.